this is a long map. It's bumpy terrain.
The Skaven are
It's a
up
bit of a
in
pain
the
in the
Attic.
arse.
They're out in the
It
forest.
only has 5
building war
chests,
machines.
so again,
We left to
if you
hit
bring
them
a luckstone on this
first and
map,
hit
you're an
them where it
arsehole.
hurts. Destroy those
Pretty
cursed
much my
things
theme of the
before
day
they're
is
ready
don't
to
bring
roll, and I
luckstone
don't care how.
on maps with no chests.
Would you put bringing a lunch bone on a map with no grims under the same category?
Yeah, unless you're
I always
bringing
do
it for
that.
luck.
I always bring it, so I must be an asshole.
Yep. Talking of Lichbane, I'll put mine on while you guys tell us a bit about this map.
There is sometimes one item spawn right at the beginning here. Not this time though.
Yep. So we can discuss it before you run off and kill everything?
must be near.
Can't wait,
so
can't
is
wait.
He just can't.
It is one of the most open maps of the game.
I'll walk whatever paths
Right
I
alongside Chain of
Come on.
Fire. It is quite easy on maps open like this to wander off around in directions in the open areas, which is obviously a bad thing to do.
Trees are the enemy.
Obviously, whenever there's a really large open area, the best bet is to usually follow one of the walls of the area. That is true not only for this map, but for others as well that have such areas, such as Chain of Fire, as I mentioned, and also, more recently, River Reich in this foggy place. Let's begin.
Yep.
Not all of the map is open, though.
Don't relax.
So,
That's when they'll
Nice strike.
as mentioned, it is also one of the longer maps. Mostly just because of the area you have to walk.
Yep. This way there's 2 routes. You can actually cut across.
We got
To
an
the
immediate
left.
patrol here, which, since as mentioned, there are 2 routes, you can always avoid the patrol by going on the left side here.
Back up.
On the left side, please, since
Come
patrol.
on. Because I can't bolt staff stuff, because if Hod procs, it might set home in on one of the other storms.
Let the black rat come. I've an arrow for him.
There's always a guaranteed bet on the right side.
Stay together. Take them in pairs.
Push back to the normal route.
Imagine
Yep.
what you
Oh, let's
Guaranteed
notice
next
item
there.
spawn is this one here, with the dead horse, which had a speed potion and a bomb this time. Usually you'll get a horde by the time you drop down here, and it'll usually come from behind you, so be mindful of that.
Yep. Trees are horrible. You can't see the rats in them. You get poked. Avoid the trees. And avoid walking through big open areas where you can get surrounded.
Call you Skavens.
So all it takes is one horde spawn. Especially
And
on
about this
Cata.
area here, quite often rats will drop from here, hidden amongst
Yeah.
the trees, and get people in the back. So somebody has to keep an eye on this bit.
Also, with an open area like this, if you start shooting off into the distance, especially with loud weapons such as a blunderbuss or whatnot, you'll start possibly aggroing everything around
Yeah.
the area, which can cause a bit of a horde of clan rats, which is sometimes dangerous to do,
for you lot.
Yeah.
especially if it stacks up with a real horde.
Over there, Globadier.
Yeah. Generally, you don't want to be shooting rats standing around minding their own business.
If they're
Pointless.
not in your way. There are item spawns on the left side over there.
Yep.
It is a skippable area though. You want to complete faster. Crafting the bomb.
Get up here!
Not these blackbird bastards again.
me! Whoa! Leave some for the rest of us, Saltspar!
What Grim's doing when you see him waving his falchion in the air is he gets the speed boost.
It is something specific to the Falcon, the way the first attack increases your movement speed slightly while attacking, and the fact that it can cancel its attack instantly. Here, you can drop down pretty much anywhere on the cliff without taking fall damage as long as you stay next to the cliff itself. It can allow you to avoid the patrol that spawns in the area as well. Getting hit from lag because I'm talking.
Yep.
Right, this cave on the right.
Yep, this is a...
Face patrol central.
Yeah.
It can potentially spawn a patrol. It rarely, usually has like one item spawn in it, which is usually not worth going for.
Yep.
Not just because it's face patrol, but just because not worth the time most of the time.
Yep.
Ammunition.
Usually an item on the left here.
It's all here!
Usually the left side here is entirely skippable if you do not want the grimoire.
Yep.
But we do.
There is some item drops though, so...
There's
no way through.
Grim's up there.
No stomach for a fair fight, Dusterman.
That's a slow pounce.
Yep. I'm not complaining.
Medical supplies.
As a general rule, you can glide down pretty much anywhere in the game without taking fall damage, as long as it's not a straight fall.
Yeah, if it's a bumpy kind of wall, you'll like kind of touch the bumps on the way down and it will reset.
That'll probably come from the grimoire, yeah.
Yeah.
Strangler's dead.
One item at the bottom here, usually not worth going for unless you're desperate. It's usually healing.
Yep.
Found a potion.
Item down there. Which I fell down by not paying attention.
Another Vermintide. Flames consume me! Ah!
This is another common spot for the ogre or a patrol spawn.
Stay quiet.
So if you do start spamming off into the bushes, bear that in mind.
Weird stone operators.
This is another area where you can potentially aggro a large amount of ambience, which can cause a horde of clanrats.
Yep.
Which is not always ideal, especially if you trigger an ogre or a patrol at the same time.
Yep. I generally avoid walking through the trees because I hate trees.
By the comet.
And
If it was up to you, would you go on a one-man crusade to cut down every tree on Earth?
no, not a Uber strike. There's another item spawn up where Grim is, which people rarely get.
What's the tower doing?
We need to flank that thing.
Kill that gunner!
Bomb!
Taking heavy damage.
As you can see, fucking trees. Instead of fighting in the open, you want to generally try to group up with your team to somewhere more
So behind this
defensible.
tree log, on the right side, is usually ammo. Sometimes other supplies.
Medical supplies.
Yep.
You do get an ammo box in the event right afterward though, so
Yeah,
The wind's turn against me.
it's skippable if you're not desperate for ammo.
And here's the thing, you can hit through walls and logs like I'm doing, and it just doesn't care. Some places like this are dungeons before the skull, you can just sit there and hammer away at the wall as they're going past.
Listen. This way.
The darkness shines with ashen colors.
And also this item drop here.
Here's a healing draft.
You can pick up the
Some
ammo
ammunition.
through the log.
Den of warps don't explosion.
Now you see a lot of people fighting up here, and that's just horrible.
A challenge.
Your best bet is
Yes, it
to
is one
drop
of the
down.
spots where rats teleport the most.
Yep. Drop down,
gifts
scoot
here.
round. Unless you're Grim, who fights everything in the open.
Yeah, there are items there if you want to be careful, but for time you can just go around the left side instead.
Yeah.
Warpstone powered war wheels.
So I am often in the tunnel behind on the right. Checked it, but there's nothing there.
Yeah. If you want to be super defensive, you can come under here and deal with any hordes that spawn in a nice controlled manner. There's going to be a horde spawn after every barrel. It's quite defensible. It limits the amount of rats coming in.
They won't stop me.
Blessed Signatia, this elf does your work. You have your ways, spellcaster, I'll give you that.
This is a Kruber we'll enjoy.
Because as I mentioned way earlier, this is an event that can quite easily cause rush intervention if you try to split up your team on all 3 barrels at the same time.
Yep.
There is an achievement to do so, and well, rush intervention is not unbeatable, obviously.
Yep.
But if you want to play it and you sort of safe, don't split up.
Sometimes an item spawn back here for anyone interested in that sort of thing.
They've not given up. Not yet.
But yeah, the safe way to do it is to put a barrel in, go back under here.
Assassin.
It's hard to tell if this one was
Yeah,
rush intervention or if
yeah.
I was just a normal one.
Yeah.
Could have been either.
Yeah. So put a barrel in, go back under there, fight the horde, put the next barrel in, go under, fight the horde, rinse and repeat.
Just putting a barrel in spawns an extra mini horde
Yeah.
on this.
Yep. So like,
Nothing big, but it spawns
yeah,
extra things.
always coming back to here, you're safe.
Take my master, bless that strike.
There's nothing wrong with playing it safe.
Mine! Hook that!
Well, it's not even playing it safe. I remember when I first was a little noob playing this map, we couldn't beat it without the underneath strategy.
Yeah.
Like, we tried and tried and tried, and then we tried it underneath and we found it then possible.
Yeah.
This year I'm pretty sure I triggered rush intervention, even though the elf was somewhat following me. Backmaster on this time, which is usually the easier one to deal with. Assassins are quite a pain if you're on your own. Ask JSAT, I'm sure he can tell you quite a bit about that.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yes, Sergeant. Let them have it.
You proved your worth this day, so fair.
Yeah. Now
Right,
this.
now it's worth going back to check this ammo box here.
Yeah.
It's quite often
Look,
the last ammo you can
ammunition.
get before the end of the map.
Yeah.
Or it's the last guaranteed one at
Usually,
least.
yeah,
Yeah.
usually not until the end of the map, but
Yeah.
it is like the last
Yeah.
guaranteed ammo you'll get.
You can get unlucky and not get another ammo box, so bear that in mind. Wait up for them, so we're not triggering shit, Mr. Wavy Pouchin.
We need to summon the ferry and get out of here.
It's like an old woman waving his hand back.
Yeah.
Come here!
Come
I'll
on.
show you a thing or two.
That's this ravaged body.
Watch your back.
There's the rush intervention.
Yeah, I fucking told you.
One less assassin to worry about.
See,
Now
like,
you're...
do as Grim says, not as he does. And there's another one. Fucking hell, Grim. Sort your life out.
I know.
The
This is
first one was
8%.
probably... It can't happen that fast. The first one was
Yeah.
probably a normal one. That one
Yeah.
was the rush intervention.
I'm still blaming
It's
you.
behind us, behind us. It's that 8% move speed trick
Yeah.
adding up.
Yeah,
Cannot catch him.
Well, I have it as well, and it stacks.
yeah.
She's hurt too much.
Storm vermin.
So here's a possible location for an ammo box, which is
Here,
right here,
ammunition.
Yep.
as
There
it
you
turns out.
No, this
Simple
way.
jump up to the tome. Yeah.
Ammunition here.
There's sometimes an item drop here as well.
Yeah, there are two sides. Usually most groups take the left side, but if you're desperate for supplies, you actually want to take the right side, since the right side has two item drops.
Yeah, we'll go to the right side and show it off.
Usually the right side is like not even that much longer.
Yeah.
So unless you're where you're just going for base,
There's
right
item
side
drop
is
here.
soft area.
Extra bomb.
Here I got a runner.
It's on the top.
So I'm over the wall over there. And he nailed me.
Yeah, so item drop there and one over here.
Bomb. Needs must, I suppose.
2 items even.
Getting lucky today. Right, we've got
Also,
a
yes,
patrol.
this side pretty much instantly avoids this potential patrol.
Yeah. So we'll just wait it out. Take it slow. We're going to get a few little rats jumping up. And this area, drop down, is a
Right here as well.
pain on your graphics. Like I've got like a massive frame drop. Some say it's because of the Beastman's Beaststone warp-in reality.
Again, if you're short on supplies, the right side keeps giving you more supplies than the left here.
Yep, in that little tomb up there.
Look, blessings of Shalia.
Gas rat.
Behind us,
Yep.
where we came.
Gas rat.
So with this on there. Can't get a lock on it.
Gas rat.
Now I can get a lock on it.
Their reactions are as slow as
So we're going for the Grim. There's 2 ways, which is the Elfie
3
way.
ways.
Well, 3 ways.
Healthy Archie way.
Yep. Which I can't do because I haven't practiced.
Oh, I failed.
Natural
If
death
you're
is one
ridiculous,
thing.
you can do it from the top here, but
Yeah, that's the other way we're going to show.
random fun trivia. Once upon a time, the invisible wall on here used to not be quite as good, and you could fall into a hole here, which actually happened on some of my very, very first playthrough. I ended up stuck down there, but it was quite obnoxious.
Nice kill on the rattling.
But they fixed things, so it's
Battling gun.
Is there another one? Yeah. There's also sometimes an item drop under here
Healing
by the
stuff.
dead guy. Oh look, there is. There's one there today. Extra heal. You're getting cut off from.
Even a man like you has a place killing Skaven. Now, that's a good tally, Al.
This is around the worst spot of the map, I'd say. It's a bunch of drop downs on uneven terrain. You usually want to get through here quickly. Got an item there.
Potion.
Another
An item
speed.
on the right if you drop over.
Black first comes to challenge.
This time no. Also, one of the sometimes ammo, if you go forward here. Nothing this time.
We might make a marksman
Yep.
of you. The inn offers salvation, if only for a short.
That corner there.
Aim for the rat, men, not me.
Generally the last ammo place before the end.
There's
Oh
the
no,
last
there's
respawn
one
area
more
as well.
by the tome. Like, generally, this log jump here skips a lot of the rats. Like, Grim's gonna plough down there and murder everything.
Yes, I'm a bit kill hungry.
Yeah.
You can't but help kill everything.
Yeah.
Because you can jump over this fence in multiple areas.
But also, there's a spot over there where you can get stuck in the friggin' floor, which still hasn't been fixed.
Mind the hook! What's that flying hook?
And the Pie Master's done!
Pain! Too much magic!
No more of that.
This pig here, and
Healing
pigs in
drops
other
over
places,
here.
you can proc healing off it if you murder it.
As well as the
Viciously.
small normal rats.
Yeah.
It's quite funny.
Yeah. Don't the small normal rats count as kills? So if you want to pad your stats.
Oh, drink it.
And here we have the Once Upon a Time coach.
The smoke burns my throat.
And there's Grim with his rush intervention. Deserving that.
Taking heavy damage.
Yeah, not enough area on this bridge to dodge.
Yeah.
Take out the wrestling gunner.
There's a lot behind us as well,
Yeah.
but generally a lot.
That gun won't shoot again.
Now, there's multiple ways to do the ending. One of the safe ways is to stay on this side of the bridge where I am now, and everything just funnels straight to you. You might get an occasional
I'm on the
special from
bridge.
behind.
Yeah, what most people do wrong on the bridge is they can come from the side and jump from the shore.
Yeah.
I may have messed up.
Oh, fucking hell, Grim, what are you doing?
I did not expect to get god shattered over here.
Taste steel.
We'll have
That's
to go
an
back
easy-
to the top now.
There goes our...
Yes, the respawn is always by the third dome, even if you die right next to it.
Yeah. Wait up.
The fire's turning
Got a cutter.
against me!
There he is.
That's another
The
speaker
bridge.
dead.
Run.
So as I was saying, if people tend to push too far forwards on this bridge, and if you fight it here, and then
Yeah.
things will jump in behind them and they get screwed
Yeah.
up.
Fight them
Move
at
it
the
here
back
across the
here.
bridge.
We'll pretty much do dock. If Grim can handle it.
By the police!
He's setting himself a bit of a reputation on this run now.
Yeah.
Excitable.
Yeah.
I'm at the bridge. Goddess, you're slow.
Yeah. See the speed increase from that falchion? See him run into the jaws of death and get wiped out by a gutter one.
Another of these blackbirds come
I was quite an unexpected death, honestly. So.
Yeah. I know, I was like, what? I thought you got back poked and then there was... You just died.
I just randomly got downed in a single second when god break.
Yeah.
Ring that bell.
A lot of people advocate the basement. I think it's a horrible death trap.
Yeah, the basement has nothing to it, honestly. You don't even get like the guarantee of rats coming from only one side, so you can spawn in the back
Yeah.
of it.
Like, sure...
Where you do get that, though, is the house over here.
Yeah, you can like cheese it by just
Don't be
staying where
fooled.
Grim
Yeah,
is
you
in
can
this
even
corner.
stay here, or you can stay like
Yeah.
here if you're a little bit more
Yeah.
aggressive.
Ring
Yeah.
that bell. Call the Kislevite. We'll deal with whatever else.
Since
The other
we-
valid spot is obviously the bridge, which forces all the spawn to funnel
Yeah.
in onto it.
Yeah.
And about the docks, from here, from the back, a gas can spawn, an insta throw,
Yep.
and that
same.
can be a real pain.
Yes,
Yeah.
there is a hard-coded special at the beginning of this event, which is either a gunner or a gas.
Yeah.
It's always going to happen.
Yeah. I've
Independent of
submitted that gas rat back spawn and I haven't seen it in a while. See, there's a gun rat there. If I could aim it, it'd be great.
It's a gas.
The assassin.
I know.
There we got all of them.
There's no one is coming into the house.
Stinking rat hole, rodent piece.
So the house is one of the valid spots. The other is the bridge. The downside of the bridge is that you obviously have to run all the way back again. It's the focus here. While with the house, you're right next to it.
Too much! You have your uses, Saltzpire.
Watch out! Rattling gunner!
Oh, we're doing it in the house.
No, Grim's doing it in the house without telling anyone.
Sounds like a lot of them.
So many shorts.
Another one people fall foul of is they can spawn from that house on the right, and if someone is where Grim is, but they're just not paying attention to the back, it can drop them behind you. Get a poke in.
That's it. Make the rat tails pay.
Just exactly like that.
Right back and talk.
Maybe I shouldn't carry the Grimoires in the future. My hyping does
Yeah.
make me vulnerable to random one-shots at 2 Grimoires.
That's the thing, you're so used to playing really aggressive, it's hard to do it on the ping.
Yes. I can still do it, but random damage happens. And since I tend to wander off, since there's nothing to kill if I just stay right next to everyone. So,
And I know how we feel
those
playing
tests
you.
happen.
Okay, we're off.
Like this is not a death that would have happened if I'd been host.
Yeah.
My other one in supplier demand might have happened since I was disabled there.